Thomas Shelby's exceptional leadership and survival in the cutthroat world of Peaky Blinders can be attributed to his advanced psychological tactics. His adeptness at strategic foresight allows him to see beyond immediate events, maintaining control over his whole empire and outmaneuvering rivals. Shelby exemplifies the law of short-sightedness, focusing on the larger trends that govern events rather than being swayed by the immediate surroundings and fleeting circumstances. Today, we're going to take a deep dive in Thomas Shelby's character, not sure how you guys can become like him. So to begin, let's talk about a pivotal scene with Billy Kimber. Shelby's ability to play the long game is showcased when he submissively picks up a coin thrown by Kimber. This act, while seemingly submissive, is a strategic move to gain Kimber's trust and maneuver himself into a more advantaged position for future confrontation. Shelby's actions here teaches the importance of sometimes sacrificing immediate pride for long-term strategy, a useful approach in both personal and business negotiations. Moreover, Shelby's emotional stoicism allows him to remain composed in situations that would unnerve others. His unreadable demeanor is a tactical advantage, keeping his rivals even and allies unsure of his next move. To emulate Shelby, one must practice emotional control, learning to respond to situations not with immediate emotion but with calculated thought. Engaging in practice like mindfulness or strategic games can hone this trait. So now let's talk about everything, let's go into it. So, number 1. Emulating Shelby's commanding presence. Thomas Shelby's presence is marked by deliberate and calculated aura, which he uses to command respect and authority. His slow, purposeful movements and calm, measured speech contribute significantly to this perception. By moving slowly and occupying physical space deliberately, Shelby projects confidence and authority, showing to those around him that he is a figure of power. To emulate this aspect of Shelby, you should focus on adopting deliberate movements and speech patterns. Practice moving with a purpose and speak with deliberation. For example, when answering questions, take a brief pause to collect your thoughts before responding, a tactic often used by Shelby to convey confidence and thoughtfulness. Shelby's ability to maintain a stoic and unreadable expression under stress also plays a crucial role in commanding presence. This can be particularly observed in high-stake negotiations or confrontations where his opponents show their hand while he remains composed. Developing a poker face and learning to control physical tells can significantly enhance your ability to maintain authority in challenging situations. Dressing like Thomas Shelby. Thomas Shelby's distinctive style is integral to his character. His clothing is not only a personal armor, but also a psychological tool that reinforces his status within the gang and to outsiders. The signature overcoat, three-piece suit, and the iconic New Boy cap are all carefully chosen to project strength, authority, and sharp, no-nonsense attitude. To dress like Shelby, start with the basics. A well-tailored three-piece suit in dark colors. Shelby's preference for dark blue and gray can also be adapted depending on personal preference, but stick to muted, classic tones that signify seriousness and professionalism. The overcoat should be long, well-fitting on the shoulders, and worn with confidence. The cap, often a staple in men's 1920 wardrobes, has become synonymous with Shelby and the Peaky Blinders. Also, make sure to pay attention to detail, and accessories such as cufflinks, a pocket watch, polished shoes will complete this look, making sure it's not a fashion statement but a declaration of intent. Now let's talk about strategic reading and influence. Thomas Shelby's strategic acumen is also reflected in his choice of reading and influences. He's portrayed as a man who values knowledge and understands the power of intellectual dominance. To think like Shelby, engage with texts that offer insights into psychology, strategy, and human behavior. Key books that mirror Shelby's strategy include The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, which encapsulates the ruthless and pragmatic approach to power that Shelby often employs. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is also another crucial text, offering a comprehensive look at the intricacies of power dynamics, much like the scenarios Shelby navigates in his various and personal dealings. Additionally, reading How to Win and Influence Friends by Dale Carnegie can provide a valuable technique in handling people, a skill that Shelby masters exceptionally well. These books not only provide a theoretical framework for understanding power and influence, but also practical advice that can be adapted to emulate Shelby's strategic thinking and leadership. Those three and maybe Sun Tzu's Art of War are pretty much encapsulates his character. Now let's talk about his discipline and strategic planning. One of Thomas Shelby's most defining traits is his rigorous discipline and meticulous strategic planning. These qualities ensure that if he finds himself at a disadvantage, it will allow him to control both his environment and the people within it. His planning is not limited to business, but extends to personal habits and routines that maintain his physical and mental sharpness. Emulating Shelby's discipline starts by establishing a strict routine. Much like Shelby's own disciplined lifestyle that includes early mornings, long nights, well-planned days, each action that Shelby takes is calculated to serve a larger purpose, demonstrating how disciplined routines can lead to achieving greater strategic goals. In addition, set clear, long-term objectives and methodically plan these steps to achieve them, encapsulating Shelby's approach to business and life. He does not react merely to the present, but plans for future scenarios, always prepared for various outcomes. Implementing this in your life means not only setting goals, but continuously assessing and adjusting your strategies to align with changing circumstances. And for setting your goals, be insanely ambitious. If you want to be like Thomas Shelby, of course. Thomas Shelby, as you guys know, his whole empire was built over him chasing more and more and more and more. So if you want to be like Thomas Shelby, do just that. You had to never be satisfied and build that firing spirit around you. Push yourself to do dangerous and risky things, which risk it for the biscuit, I guess. So to conclude this, to become like Thomas Shelby is to embrace a multifaceted approach, integrating psychological tactics, commanding presence, a distinctive style, strategic intellect, and disciplined planning into your persona. Thank you guys for watching, and peace on the street.